Good morning. So here we are, day 4, second week. I've had 4 days at home, got some work done, and took a day off, which was nice to relax. But we're back. Weather's not so great today, really windy, but we got to get on with the demolition. Hopefully this is the last week of the major demolition, and the following week will be preparation for the helicopter and the delivery of materials. But for now, we're going to get on with the back wall, knock everything down as much as we can, get it all bagged up, which doesn't help that I forgot bags, so I don't have a lot here. So we're going to have to be a bit more clever with where we put stuff, because it is really windy and I don't want to lose the insulation all over the forest. So for now, let's get on with the back. To be honest, this is the bit I've been dreading. Taking down the cladding is going to be fine. Windows out. We'll take out the old kitchen and stuff tonight when it gets dark, so I can work inside. Well, I'm not looking forward to moving that. It is full, 15 years worth of use, so it's going to be unpleasant. And I can't just drag it out because I got this big boulder in the way. So what I'm thinking is that when we rip this whole building down, it's going to have to stay in situ. Put some big straps around it, and then we'll use a helicopter just to lift it straight out. We'll take it down and drop it in a container and recycle it later. So I'm going to focus now on getting all this cladding down today, get the insulation out, and I'm on the back of the building, so there's not a lot of wind. Well, not as much wind. I'm going to stop just after that drain pipe, because that part of the building, as you know, I'm going to be living in until we've built this section. So that is the first stage. Onwards. So we got the same issue as last time. This building is built in the 70s, added to in the 80s and modified in the 90s. We've since improved our skills as carpenters over here and sealing the building. In Norway, it's really important that it's as airtight as we can get. We add extra heat pumps and things like that just to get the air circulation we want. We want the wall to be able to breathe, but not leak air. So we have membranes like Tyvek that allow moisture out of the wall but don't allow an air leakage. And it's a pretty common sign that there's an air leak, or a normal sign that there's an air leak on the building, was that you can check on the insulation. So the insulation actually acts like a filter for the air. So if there's a leakage somewhere, it's just like an air filter on your car or anything like that. It will grab all the dust particles and they get blocked. So the air leaks through to the building, but the dust gets caught in the insulation and you end up with this little black area in the insulation. A lot of people think it's mold or something, but it's normally just dust that is trapped in there. So if you have a look here, I can show you. So you see these areas here where it's dark. This is all filtration. So the wall has not been sealed correctly. This old paper used to hold in the moisture as well. It didn't breathe. So you see all this blackness here. That's all the air has been leaking through the wall and filtering. So if I stand back a little bit, you can see it everywhere. And it's in strange places, like in the middle of the wall. So there's been a small hole in the actual ceiling. So that's what happens basically. And they did a pretty poor job of closing up around this toilet, so you can see all of the mouse entry points, you can say. There's lovely little tunnels here where they've just climbed along here, all the way along, and made their way into the building, completely open in the structure. So that's how they were getting in, at least in this area of the building. I dread to think what we find down there, but as you can see, again, everything's pretty twisted. so the building has been moving over time. That's why we have to take this down and fix it. It's not the best. Now the worst part, taking the insulation and bagging it up. I really hate that. So I'm taking out all the insulation, as you can see, and I just started to clear around the toilet box, and I showed you those tunnels showing where the mice were coming through. You can see again. Here they are, these little tunnels, and I said that seems to be open into the construction. But it wasn't only open into the construction, I just took this side out. That's the toilet room, straight in. There was nothing blocking it, so it was just a highway for them. They could come straight in. So I definitely solved the mystery of where they were coming from. Some people, this work is just awful, but we'll fix it. Well, that's the back all done, installation's all cleaned up. So now I just got to rip off the inside plates and it will be ready to pull down the walls. I'm going to do all my preparation now, ready for taking off the roof tomorrow morning. I'm pretty sure I can get this building down tomorrow morning and then use the rest of the time to clean up and take the floor as well. So now I think I've got maybe about an hour and a half left of daylight. So I figure rather than get up on the roof and risk working in the dark, I'm gonna clean off this wall and prep it ready to take out the windows and doors. And then tomorrow morning, get it all stripped. On to the next wall. Good morning, day 5. Much better weather. Woke up to the sound of the stags roaring, which was lovely. It's a bit warmer today and no wind, which is brilliant because I'm going on the roof. I packed up a little early last night. It was dark, cold and windy and I really didn't feel it. But time to get on with the work. I spent some time inside last night, stripped out as much as I could, emptied the kitchen, getting ready to rip out the kitchen. I'll do that tonight when it's dark. So I have some, not indoor work because there'll be no roof, but it will be better. So, like I said, I'm going to press on with the roof. There's some things to do. You can see the building is pretty much ready to go. The only things that are left inside is the plates. But we're going to try and get that roof off today. I'm going to cut along that valley and open things up. Hopefully once the valley is cut, I can quickly seal it underneath when I get the roof paneling off. We'll get as much as we can down. I've already found a lot of evidence of mice when I was taking down some of the details inside. So I've got a feeling this is not going to be present. Well, time to press on. 5 layers of felt later, and I'm finally getting somewhere. There's been a lot come off the roof so far. That's why I kept the floor, so I could throw stuff down there. It's easier to clean up. And as you can see, there's a lot of layers there. So it's pretty tough. I see these American lads pulling it off rapid, but I can't get this stuff off. It's so brittle, it's taking forever. A million nails. And of course, just my luck, the rain's on the way. Apparently we're in for a bit of a rainstorm for 2 hours. It's not the luckiest, but that's life in Norway, working on roofs. We'll keep going. Hopefully the weather's not going to be too bad. Well, I got lucky with the weather. I put the cameras away because I was worried they were going to get wet in the rain, but it seemed to blow over quite quickly. So I managed to get the majority of the roof done. Most of it's ripped off now. I need to do a bit of cleaning up. There was a lot of dead mice in this ceiling. As you can see, most of it's down now. All of those black pebbles you see is mice. Lots and lots of mouse crap. So what I got now is I got the ceiling list up for now in the kitchen, just so I can have a bit more of a safe surface to be on. Can't hold a lot of weight, but it's enough to hold me. I'm going to pull down the roof trusses there, and the whole structure is very unstable, so I'm going to do it from underneath. But the first thing I've got to do is this section here. This is where the roof used to connect in before. We will connect in the new roof here, but for now I'm living in that section, so I need to keep it dry. So luckily there was a roll of roof felt left over here, so I'm gonna just make a temporary patch. It's just got to keep us dry for a couple of weeks. It is the rainy time of year here, so we'll get it sealed up now and not push our luck. I'm not sure if you can see the rainbow in the distance there. The rain is all around me, but luckily it's skipping me right where I am. So that's the next project. Let's keep this going. Hopefully everything down by the end of the day. A fair amount of cleaning to do yet. Well, the light is fading now. I'm going to keep going for about an hour, but normally can't get very good footage from the outside. Made good progress. First part of the building is down, completely cleared. So I'm going to focus on tidying up now for a little while, and then tonight I'll strip out the last of the kitchen, get that ready to rip out, possibly do some of that too. I'll try and get some footage from inside later, but it's normally quite dark. It's quite hard to see on camera. But I'm happy with how things have gone today. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do tomorrow. It's going to be the majority of my day and majority of next week, I think. Getting everything packed up, ready for the helicopter. The delivery is in 2 weeks. I got a message today that all the windows have arrived. That's the biggest expense of the project. It's not cheap. There's going to be a lot of glass here, but I think it's going to be worth it. We've got to take advantage of the view. You're going to hear a lot about the view. I love it here. So, for now, that's time to start cleaning. Good morning. So here we are. I think I'm going to stop counting the days because it's going to get long. But here we are on the third day, on the second week. The last room to demolish. In theory, this is the last of the major demolition. The rest of the building staying. We're just going to change the cladding, windows. So there'll be a bit of ripping out, but nothing on the scale we're doing today. So this is it. Everything's prepped on the outside, as you saw from the last videos. It's all ripped out, so I've just got to take down the paneling, and then it's the stud work. Should be fairly quick to get this building down, and then it's the cleanup. Not quite as exciting, but it was a great start to the morning. It's a beautiful day. I've got that beautiful view again, so I can't be disappointed with that. It's a good way to start, and I had the best view from the toilet this morning. Last time that one's getting used, flowing away, and certainly was a fresh start, let's say that. So let's get on with the day, see how much we can get done. I'm hoping that I can get it all ripped up today. Might not get all the cleaning done, but if I can get it all ripped up, then I can use next week as the preparation for the helicopter, which is the main plan. So let's push on. Well, that's the majority of demolition done for phase one. The floors have been left for now because that's a fairly simple job to do. While the weather is nice, I want to use that time to sort the rubbish. We're going to move it into very specific areas just so it's a shorter distance from where we land the materials coming in to be enough to pick up the materials for the helicopter. It's going to be very high pace. Normally we have about 2 or 3 minutes between lifts, up to 5 minutes between lifts, but it's 150 meters away where the rubbish is going to be put and where the new materials are going to be flown out. So we're probably going to have between 40 and 60 seconds. So I've got to be organized now. I'm going to use the time where the sun is out to sort these materials, all this rubbish to go down. I'm going to put them together, strap them up, move all the bags together. That's going to take a bit of time, but phase one of demolition is pretty much there now. If I have any time at the end of the day, I will start taking up the floor, but I've got about 6 hours of sunlight left. It's probably going to take that to sort all of this. If I'm quick, we'll have a bit more time. So let's get going. Well, time to call it a night. It's been a good week. Managed to get everything done that I needed to, but it's getting dark outside now and I'd like to see where I'm going when I get down to the car. I managed to make some good progress everything's cleaned up, nice and tidy and sorted, ready for me to come next week and be able to start work straight away. I'm not sure if you can see much outside. You can see it's got kind of dark now. The camera's pretty good at picking up what's been done though. All tidied up, ready to go. So until next week, I will say goodbye. If you like this kind of content and this is what you find it interesting, like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back next Monday. Preparation for the helicopter. So until then, good night. See you next week.